How to identify worms in a cat. Intestinal parasites, or worms, commonly occur in kittens and cats. These nasty pests are acquired in a number of ways. Kittens can pick up worm eggs via their mother's milk, young cats may get hookworm infections via their skin, and tapeworms are caught by ingesting fleas, infected rodents and rabbits. Because worms are so prevalent in cats, it is important to be able to recognize the signs that your cat has worms so that you can get it the treatment it needs as soon as possible. Looking for physical signs that a cat has worms. Take note if your cat develops a potbelly. A cat with a heavy worm burden, which means that they have a lot of worms, tends to have a potbelly but little fat cover over the spine or pelvis. A typical potbelly looks like a swollen tummy, round and full, and often the swelling is carried down low on the cat's body. The cat may even look pregnant. Roundworms are the most common cause of a potbelly, though other worms can also cause this symptom. Check your cat's body for fat pads. When you run your fingers over a healthy cat's backbone, you will most likely be able to feel bumps along the spine, but should not be able to feel sharp, angular bones. This is because there is a fat padding over the cat's bones. Cats that have a lot of worms will not have these fat pads. When you stroke the cat's back and pelvis, you may find that you can feel each sharp, angular bone. Body condition is a matter of assessing the fat cover over the cat's bones. Landmarks such as the spine, hips, and pelvis are especially useful for this. Look at the condition of your cat's coat. Intestinal parasites steal much of the nutrition out of the cat's diet. This means that your cat does not get the vitamins, minerals, and proteins that they need to maintain a healthy coat. Check your cat for a dull coat, a coat that lacks any sort of gloss, a matted coat. Pay attention if your cat experiences vomiting or diarrhea. Worms can physically irritate the stomach and intestinal lining, causing diarrhea and vomiting. A very high worm burden can physically obstruct the bowel and cause profound vomiting that is potentially life-threatening. Cats can even vomit up a bundle of worms which look like squirming spaghetti. If your cat begins vomiting uncontrollably, bring him or her to the veterinary clinic immediately. Look at your cat's gum color. Some worms, especially hookworms, can make your cat's gut bleed, which can result in slow but steady blood loss. This blood loss can lead to anemia, making your cat sluggish and weak if it is severe enough. In kittens it can be deadly. You can recognize anemia by lifting your cat's lip and looking at her gums. If your cat's gums are healthy, they should be pink in color. If the cat is anemic, the gums will be white, gray, or a washed-out pink. Pay attention to signs of worms in kittens. Kittens with worm infections tend to be lethargic and fail to thrive. This means that they do not grow as well as their other litter mates. They are smaller, less vigorous, have dull coats, potbellies, and less fat over their ribs and backbone. If you do not have other kittens for comparison, this can be difficult to assess, but a fit, healthy kitten should be bright, playful, plump, and should have a soft, glossy coat. Heavy worm burdens in a kitten can have lifelong ramifications, causing ill health throughout its life. Check your cat for fleas. This is relevant because fleas carry tapeworm eggs. When a cat grooms itself, it may eat fleas infesting its coat, which allows the tapeworm eggs to enter into the cat's system. It may be easier to look for flea dirt, rather than the fleas themselves. Flea dirt is dried blood excreted by the flea and is often present in the coat of infested animals. To look for flea dirt, brush a section of the coat in the wrong direction and look for small dark dots near the base of your cat's hairs. To check that the specks you find are flea dirt rather than just dust or dander, take a damp piece of white tissue and place the dirt on it. Because flea dirt is dried blood, when it comes into contact with the moisture the dirt will leave a red or orange stain. If you find fleas or flea dirt, you need to treat the cat for the fleas and the environment, i.e. the house and bedding material, to rid the cat and home of fleas.